Hi everybody, thank you for watching. This is part 2 of the question and answer videos that I'm answering all your guys' questions that you guys asked in the last Q&A video from last Monday. So today, anything you want to ask me, please go down below in the comment section, ask me anything you want, and I will answer them in the next Q&A video next Monday. Okay, that's how it works. So this is part 2, all right? So tune in for part 1 if you missed it. A question I got several times. I honestly didn't really want to talk about it, but I've had several people ask me, so I'm just going to bring it up. It's the murders, the Watts family murders that happened not too long ago. A family in Colorado where the husband has been found guilty, charged and guilty, I believe, of several different charges, but of the murders of his 2 daughters and his wife who was carrying another child. I don't know any more details than you guys. If you've watched anything about it at all, I really can't comment on this. My best thing to say is if you want to know more details, stay tuned and see what happens. See if the police find anything out about him. If they put him to death, then they'll probably most likely do an autopsy on his brain and see if there's any other reason, or if they can find a reason, a medical reason that he did what he did. So I'm not going to come out and say he's a narcissist, a psychopath, anything like that, because how would I know? And I have no right to say something like that. I don't know. And nobody really can either. Psychopaths fool people all the time. I know that this is what we all believe to be a total psychopathic behavior, but it's not only exclusive to psychopaths. So, you know, and who knows what really happened. I don't know. It's just awfully sad. It's just really, really, really sad that these things happen. It's sad that this happened, that these people were murdered. But I can't comment too much more about it than that. You know, anything could happen. I believe he worked at a petroleum plant, something, oil something. I know that exposure to that too long makes you crazy. Make you do crazy, crazy things, actually make you violent too. So why he did it, and that's what you guys are kind of asking me, why I don't know. I don't know. And I really don't want to comment on it, and I don't want to make it anything else except what it is, a tragedy, an absolute tragedy. Anything you want to learn about it, stay tuned for the news. But I don't know anything else more than anybody else out there, okay? It's sad. Next question. Next question is from Gladys in St. Louis, Missouri. Hello, Gladys. I think my daughter is attempting to hoover me into a contentious relationship. She doesn't want to get along with me because she'll start the blame game of the past 25 years. I might have failed her as a mother, but I think I still try to be a good person. Is there such a thing as not being able to apologize enough? I think when she screamed at me over the phone and I told her to stop fighting with her daughter and grow up, I went no contact. I think she took it out on her daughter by taking her son away. She always has to have the last word. She flies into rages. I'm trying not to fall for the bait and respond to her blaming. I feel a little guilty because she's my daughter and because it's sort of peaceful when I don't engage her. When she says, "Can I ask you a question?" my stomach falls into my feet. I think she can feel a sense of satisfaction, but not happiness. Gladys, I deeply apologize for your situation. That is an awful, awful situation for the both of you. Always, my heart just really sinks when I see mother-daughters. So bad, because I know I really have gotten a sense of how bad it hurts both of you. Gladys, look, what I can tell you, Gladys, period, is you need to take care of you. She needs to take care of her. Yes, she'll always be her mother, but she's a grown adult. Okay? She's a grown adult. You've told her you're sorry, and I'm sure you're genuine, and you've said it so many times. The reason it feels like it's not enough is because she isn't accepting it. She's not healthy. She's not doing what she needs to do to take care of herself. So you take care of you. Gladys, she takes care of her. And if she is abusing you, which is getting a satisfaction out of making your stomach fall to your feet, you know, these kind of negative, bad, stressful reactions that you're having, she's enjoying this. I'm sure she is, and that is emotional abuse, and it's going to stop now. And the only way it's going to stop, because she's not going to stop it, and you can't control her, the only thing you're left to do, Gladys, okay, and I hope this helps me telling you, the only thing you're left to do is to not talk to her anymore until she decides to respect you. And I don't see that happening until she heals, okay? But she needs to go heal. That's not something for you to do for her. She needs to do this for herself. And the biggest changes in life come from the biggest losses. As long as you're there for her as her mother and taking this kind of abuse, you're enabling her to not get better. Hope that helps, Gladys. Okay? I hope that helps. If you don't understand, please ask me something else again about this, okay? I'll try to help you understand. But I think more than anything, you need a little validation to say it's okay. It's okay. You're not responsible for her anymore. She is responsible for herself, and you are responsible for you to not allow this to happen anymore to you. Find out however you got to do it. Don't let it happen. But I'll tell you, you can't control her. You can only control you. Okay? Don't let it happen anymore, Gladys. I'm awfully sorry. I really am. That is just horrible. It's just horrible. It's already awful when the relationship is bad or estranged or things like this. But, I mean, she's abusing you. Someone's abusing their mother. Yeah, you abuse your own mother. My mother's done bad things to me. I would abuse her. Good luck, Gladys. I'm sorry. Really, I am. Pineapple from London. Hello, Pineapple, London. I have another question. Any idea why the abuse that comes from these people is so similar? Our stories are so alike. It's a little bit frightening. The structure is always the same. Idealization, devaluation, discard. And the worst part is that even the smaller details are similar. In a way, I think it is good that they have such a strong pattern because it makes it easier to identify and avoid them in the future. But it's still so bizarre. Thank you again for all your wonderful work. Thank you very much. It can be similar, not the same, right? But similar. They don't all do these things, okay? So, but yeah, it's so similar because it's the way that they meet what they need. And this all comes from how they were made, right? So that's the reasons. How they were made, how they were made. Big part of narcissism is a child that didn't have any boundaries. Parents taking care, do whatever you want. No repercussions to your actions. Stuff like this. You know, that's why. They're taught. I'm telling you guys, whatever we know, we were taught. We weren't born knowing anything of this. We weren't born knowing how to meet our emotional needs. Nope. We can figure out a lot of physical needs and how to meet them on our own. Once we're physically able to. But emotional needs, we weren't born knowing, we are taught, and whatever our parents do to us is what they're teaching us. You know? And if you don't if there's no repercussions to bad behavior, then we teach a child that you should behave badly. Okay? This is about them trying to meet their needs. This is how they do it. Period. There's not too many different ways to do it. There's the healthy right way, and then there's a wrong way. And you know, a lot of these victims, I'm telling you, victims of this stuff are doing it the wrong way too. Okay? Obviously. They're not giving themselves what they need. Right? So the right way is doing it, giving yourself what you need. The wrong way is not giving yourself what you need. They're not giving, no one here is giving themselves what they need. But this is how they were taught to try, taught to do it. So manipulation is profound with victims of emotional abuse. They can also be highly manipulative. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Thank you very much. And if you want to ask me something else about this, please do. Thanks. Katrina. I don't see where you are from. If you tell me, I'll say it. But otherwise, just another reminder, guys. Please tell us where you're from. Your locations, please. Thank you. Okay. This is really long. This is about a whole page on my computer. So I'm going to try and get through this quickly. Hey David, new to your videos. I was single for 6 years, and my luck, I ran into a very attractive man who said all the wonderful love bomb things. It didn't take long as far for the slanderous or saladorous text over nothing. Word salad. It was almost like he enjoyed seeing me break down time and time again with his guilt trips, saying my behavior he will not tolerate. Meanwhile, it was just a tone I would respond in. I have never ever been so demeaned. He basically squatted at my house whenever he would go home, and it would be some huge drama story. He always talked about himself, and the stories were so far-fetched. I was just so ignorant to ever entertain it because I was always looking to be supportive and empathetic. Okay, I see you're listing all the detailed abuse that he's done. I mean, not all of it, I'm sure. You're in a fog. You called the police. He physically assaulted you. We've had no contact, of course. He has already found a new supply. Good for him. He's blocked on everything. You're so right. The education has helped me heal so much. I feel so much stronger. Never felt so used in my life ever. So the question does lie with how would I allow such abuse? That's my next question, but I'm finally feeling like me again, but stronger. Okay, thanks, Katrina. So, like I was saying before, this is what you were taught as a child. You were taught to do this. I know it sounds crazy, but believe me, you were taught to do this. Okay, so there's so much stuff going on in this dynamic. That's why CPTSD is complex. That's why there's a C. There's just so much going on, from shame, what you've been taught, what are your parents like, how do they treat you, what do they teach you to do, how do they teach you to meet your needs by being in these relationships and trying to control these people instead of leaving them. You know, you're trying to control the narcissist, you're trying to help them, you're trying to fix them, you're trying to do fix all their problems, when you're really just trying to control them to finally be nice to you and give you what you need. But it's ridiculous because you can't, and you're not. Yeah? And we just keep trying for way too long. So, this is what you're taught, you know. When we experience lots of abuse our whole lives, we think we deserve it. We think we're the problem. We think it's our fault. We think that that's all we should get. We aren't going to date somebody that's really nice and not abuse us because that's weird. We don't deserve this. I can't stay. I can't keep that person anyways. They'll leave me. I'm no good. I deserve to be abused. Lots and lots of stuff. You've been taught to do this most likely because your parents filled a void in their own emotional life. So, let me explain this to you guys, okay? Narcissistic parents typically parentify their children in some way or another. They reverse the roles and make you take care of them. some way or another, okay? And it's emotionally, typically. Narcissistic people have a huge emotional void in their life. And they're set out in the world to try to fill it by you, by everyone, okay? So when they have children, they aren't attentive and don't give the right time and attention to their needs, the child's needs. Instead, they're concerned with what they need and what they're avoid of, what they're missing, and they try to fill it through the child. They try and get the child to fill that for them. Right? Hope you understand that. So it's like they're parentifying. They're switching the roles. You take care of me. You give me what I need. Okay? And I can come out with tons of examples. If you think about what they're doing to you, you'll see that that's what narcissists are doing. They're trying to just get you to fill what they need. You know? And they're going to do that with children too. Thanks, Katrina. Hope that helps. All right, Robin. Don't know where you are. Please tell us next time. Thanks, guys. And guys, give us your locations, please. Is it possible that an addict or an alcoholic could appear as a narcissist, but are just effects from the alcohol or drugs that make them act that way? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, they do. Hardcore drug addicts and alcoholics, man, they're little borderline narcissists, sociopaths. That's what they look like. That's what they are, really. I mean, you know, but not all addicts or alcoholics are disordered, and not all disordered people have profound addictions like drugs and alcohol. But it's so profound that, you know, doctors are going to look at the person in front of them they're trying to diagnose, and if they know they're on drugs, they know they're doing drugs, they shouldn't be diagnosing them with personality disorders, you know, because that's what it looks like. They need to stop doing the drugs. Using drugs, abusing drugs, addictions to drugs specifically are a symptom to something much greater. Okay? I know that drugs don't make your problems worse. I mean, I know that drugs don't make your problems better. They make your problems worse, but it's not the problem. People aren't doing drugs all the time because they don't have any problems. They're doing it because they have problems and they don't know how to face them. They don't know how to fix them. Right? It's just more of that ignoring how they feel. Don't know what to do. Don't know how to face it. Fears and sadness, depression, anxiety. So they numb it. They numb their emotion. And, you know, personality disorder, cluster B are really acting out disorders. So are drug addicts and alcoholics. Very impulsive, compulsive, acting out. It's just so similar. A drug addict is sick. Very, very sick people can be very narcissistic. Not narcissists, not diagnosed narcissistic personality disorder. They're just narcissistic. You know, usually, typically, the sicker someone is, the more narcissistic they are. You know, they just start acting that way. It can make you really narcissistic to just say, "You're so sick, you're about to die," you know, or something. But yeah, it's profound. Addictions are profound with cluster B disorders, and if they aren't disordered, they act like it. I mean, they act like it big time, man. Hardcore drug addicts just act like nasty borderlines, like really bad out there, can't function borderlines. You know, not the nicer, sweeter, functional borderline. You know? Yeah, good question. Hope that makes sense. I've talked about this a lot before, and I have another video coming out, Narcissist and Addiction. So stay tuned for that one. Thank you, Robin, and thank you all. That's all for today. That's all of it. Please do me a favor, and everybody else that needs information like this, please share it. Please post it. I'm telling you guys, the suicide is profound in this. Suicide is just humongous. So, and this kind of information It saves people from doing it. Because before they're helpless and hopeless, this gives them a little bit of hope. If you can just click your button a couple times and share this somewhere, put this in a playlist. Seriously, put these in playlists, stuff like that. It helps. Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.